And now, your Midday Ark-La-Miss news update.
And good Monday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to NBC News Daily. I'm Randy Stone with your Midday Ark-La-Miss update. Now an update on a crash on Highway 165 in Grayson that claimed the life of a teen last week. According to state police, the crash happened just before 10 p.m. Wednesday at the intersection between Highway 165 and Highway 126. An SUV was stopped at the red light when a semi-truck rear-ended it. Troopers are still working to determine why this happened. In the SUV, 13-year-old Irvin Barsh was sitting at the back seat without wearing his safety belt. He was seriously injured and taken to the hospital for treatment. He succumbed to those injuries next morning. The other passengers in the SUV and the driver of the semi were not injured. The crash is still under investigation. Well, a night meant for Tiger Pride turned tense after LSU's homecoming game when gunfire broke out near campus. Louisiana First News reporter Ethan Good on the injuries and the aftermath, and say those on the campus say it's not safe enough.
Well, this caution tape is a little piece of the chaos left near LSU's campus last night after the police say 2 people were hurt after a shooting near Highland Road and Dalrymple Drive.
I feel like that is a great risk, not just for me, but for everybody on campus, whether they students or whether they visiting for the game, anything like that.
This incident now leaving students like Tyler Persilver thinking differently when it comes to safety, suggesting more security even beyond the stadium.
I feel like they should get thoroughly checked, and I also think possibly a clear bag policy, like for the entirety of campus, not just the stadium. One
alumni by the name of Brian Kelly says the shooting reflects a changing world, one he didn't experience when he walked these same sidewalks.
When I was here, I didn't really hear things like that or was involved with anything like that, but, kind of our climate in today's, world, it's things are a little bit different.
Upon investigation, it was learned that one victim was an intended target. However, people like Kelly are urging the public to stay alert.
You don't want to be too reckless. I know in college we like to try stuff out. We like to think nothing's going to happen to us, but I've seen a lot of things happen to people in my life. So that would be the best thing. Just stay vigilant, stay safe, Just kind of always watch your surroundings, man.
Police haven't named any suspects or have said what led up to the shooting here at LSU.
Well, on Saturday, some residents in the Ark-La-Miss headed to the polls for an open primary election, and Franklin Parish has narrowed their search for a new sheriff down to 2. The election comes after the previous sheriff, Kevin Kopp, stepped down to become the executive director of the Louisiana Sheriff's Association. 4 men vied for that spot, and Brian Linder has won with 53% of the vote, and he will now become the sheriff of Franklin Parish. Residents in Franklin Parish also picked a new school board member for District 1. That race had 2 candidates, and the public has chosen Tyler Roberts with an overwhelming 77% of that vote. A few other parish decisions were made as well. The results for those are on our website, myarklamis.com.
And now, exclusive Storm Tracker Doppler weather with meteorologist Chase Ward.
We'll continue to see mostly clear conditions throughout much of the afternoon and evening. Now, a few passing clouds are moving across parts of South Arkansas, as we do have some available moisture, mainly in the upper levels. Winds still remain out of the north here at the surface. Tonight, we're mostly clear, but still quiet. But as we head into our Tuesday afternoon, we are going to start to see the winds pick up a little bit out of the northeast between about maybe 10-15 miles per hour. So a little bit of light northeasterly breeze. Temperatures not affected that much. They're still going to be reaching into the upper 80s for our daytime highs for the next couple of days, as most of this week is mostly dry, but also mainly warm. Now tonight we're going to fall to upper 50s and lower 60s for our lows. Through tomorrow, it's still warm. We still push upper 80s, kind of right there near that 90 mark, very above average as we kind of progress into mid-October. Now throughout the rest of the week, there's no change with the temperatures or even the type of conditions. We might expect humidity return as winds return back out of the south by the late week. Now as we head towards the weekend, that's when we're expecting a front of boundary to be arriving, which will spark up showers and thunderstorms, and there does look like a chance for some strong thunderstorms, mainly across parts of South Arkansas as we go into late Saturday night, early parts of Sunday morning.
That's our update for this Monday. NBC News Daily continues. Check your neighbors and pets.